Now at 5:30 on WKYT this morning, we're tracking new developments in a series of bombings in Brussels this morning. Officials now report over a dozen confirmed deaths.
Also, newly obtained documents shed some new light on the firing of a high-ranking Frankfurt fire official.
And it's another big day on the campaign trail as more delegates are up for grabs.
This is WKYT This Morning.
Welcome back, and we're glad you're with us on WKYT. We'll get you the very latest on the situation in Brussels in just a moment with the multiple explosions and injuries and deaths. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Michelle Chamberlain. Thanks so much for joining us. First, let's take a look at weather with Micah Harris.
Yeah, and we're in the 30s outside this morning. It is a chilly start. There's no doubt about that. But then we hit the afternoon, and those 30s jump very rapidly. Once that sun rises and those winds get going, yeah, we're going to look at winds anywhere from 20 to 40 miles per hour. That's really going to help us out big time. And you'll see the temperatures later on today, 66 degrees, coming from the mid-30s. I mean, that's a huge jump. The only way you can do that is if you have a system back toward the west and really pumping in that warmer air, and that's what we're going to be watching because this system moves in. It's a storm system coming in on Thursday. That will give us the opportunity, at least the smallest chance, of a few severe storms. We're going to talk about that. I'm going to go in further detail coming up in just about 10 minutes.
We'll see you then. Thank you.
We continue this morning with breaking news out of Europe. Multiple deaths and dozens of injuries have been confirmed following explosions at the Brussels airport and a subway station in Belgium this morning.
The news is tougher as it comes in. 2 explosions happened as hundreds of passengers were inside the terminal there, the airport. The other happened as many were boarding the city's subway train at a location not far away. WKYT's Mark Barber joins us from our live desk as we continue to learn more on this developing international story. Mark?
Good morning, Bill, and we now have some updated numbers for you coming in just the last few minutes. Belgian media are now reporting there are as many as 13 people dead in those airport blasts. We're also receiving reports that there are 35 people with severe injuries. European Union officials are also being told to stay in their offices or stay home this morning after explosions rocked a metro station near the EU headquarters. Now take a look. This is new video just into our newsroom. You can see people running in the airport as those explosions went off. Now, as the city of Brussels is under attack apparently this morning, Belgium is now on the highest terror alert possible. They have shut down their metro system as well as their airport. The first explosions happened during the morning rush as hundreds of people were checking into their airport. 2 explosions ripped through the departure terminal near the American Airlines desk. CBS News is still working to verify reports that there were gunshots and shouts in Arabic before those blasts went off. Now, it does appear as if there was a Kentuckian near the airport when those explosions went off. One man tweeted me and said he is working in Brussels. He says the explosions rocked a building 2 miles away from the airport. So that gives you an idea of some of the power behind those explosions. Now, again, there are reports that there are as many as 13 people dead in those airport explosions and 35 people severely injured. And we are also hearing reports from CBS News that at least one of those explosions came at the hands of a suicide bomber. We do have a team here at WKYT continuously searching for new information to this developing story, so stay with us through the morning. We'll continue to bring you up-to-the-minute updates right here on WKYT. Bill, Michelle, back to you.
Okay, thank you very much, and we'll keep you updated as we get new information on this. Meanwhile, we're tracking a developing story in Lexington this morning where a robbery suspect hit a police vehicle while trying to make a getaway.
The robbery happened just after 4 at the Marathon on Newtown Pike, but police bumped into the suspect a few minutes later at another gas station on Georgetown Street. WKYT's Mike Byer is live near that scene with the newest information.
A few minutes ago, Lexington police had several streets along Georgetown Road here blocked off. They have since left. Now, we've learned from police the reason they were here is they're in search of a suspect who robbed a gas station this morning. Police say the suspect robbed the Marathon gas station on Newtown Pike. He then made his way over to the Marathon or to the Thornton's gas station on Georgetown Road. Once there, police tell us he sideswiped a paddy wagon and got away. Now, the suspect is said to be driving a red SUV, possibly a Jeep. We're told he's wearing black pants with a white shirt. Now, police, as I mentioned, we're along Georgetown Road right here from Elm Street to Ash Street. They had several of the roads blocked off with their cruisers, so it appears that the suspect may have been in this area. They have since left the scene, so we're going to get information here to figure out what the next step in this pursuit is. That's the latest here. Keep it with WKYT throughout the morning. We'll keep you updated online and on air. Live in Lexington, Mike Byer, WKYT.
Mike, thank you. Coming up on 5:35 on WKYT, a Bath County man has died in what state police call an accidental shooting. It happened around noon yesterday at a home on Bethel Ridge Road north of Owingsville. Police say 60-year-old Stephen Rout was shot when a disassembled firearm accidentally discharged while it was being stored for travel. Shortly after, they say Rout died from his injuries.
Hundreds of people gathered to remember a Kentucky family who died in what police call a murder-suicide. Louisville police say Brad Hettinger shot his wife Billy and the couple's 2 young children on Sunday before setting the house on fire and turning the gun on himself. Last night, family members and friends held a candlelight vigil and prayed outside their home. Billy Hettinger was originally from Nicholasville and worked for Baptist Health. Now, when she wasn't working, a family relative says Billy's biggest passion was for her 2 children.
She was just happy all the time, and her children were just absolutely dolls. They just were the cutest things, and she loved them dearly. She was a great mother to those children.
The Hettinger family lived in Lexington before moving to Louisville less than 2 years ago. Their 2 children were ages 4 and 5. The oldest was just days shy of his 6th birthday. Investigators have still not released a possible motive for the murder-suicide.
Well, Frankfort City officials say inappropriate behavior has caused a high-ranking member of the Frankfort Fire Department to lose his job. And now WKYT has learned some details regarding the alleged harassment through an open records request.
In one incident, Battalion Chief Ryan Fisher is accused of harassing a female employee at Frankfort Regional Medical Center. Obtained documents include text messages showing Fisher being told, quote, "You have got to stop," and the employee telling him not to contact her again. Fisher is also accused of taking a picture and commenting about a firefighter recruit getting out of the shower. The documents indicate Fisher later sent that same recruit a picture of himself in the bathtub. Frankfort police say Fisher is not facing any criminal charges, but city officials say his actions violated city and fire department policy. And after a 3-to-1 vote, Frankfort's Board of Commissioners decided to terminate his employment. Lexington police hope surveillance video helps them catch thieves who have been breaking into cars in a neighborhood. The video shows 2 people checking for unlocked doors in cars in the Polo Club Boulevard area. Now, in the past 2 days, police say at least 4 cars were broken into on Passage Mound Way and Beaten Path. And in each case, police say the thieves stole valuables left in a console or in plain view. Now, police say they have identified some possible persons of interest based on the surveillance video.
We have an update on the work to repair that stretch of Interstate 75 damaged by a rock slide in northern Tennessee. The northbound lanes just south of Jellicoe have been closed for nearly a month. Yesterday, the Tennessee Department of Transportation posted video showing northbound I-75 being repaved. And crews expect paving to be completed and the northbound lanes to reopen by Thursday. Southbound lanes were also closed for a few weeks, but they have already reopened. Today, voters in Idaho, Arizona, and Utah will decide who should be their party's presidential nominee. Democratic frontrunner Hillary Clinton is looking to extend her delegate lead, while Donald Trump's rivals are hoping to slow him down. Don Champion has the latest on the campaign.
Voting in the West today could further lay the landscape for the Republican presidential race. The big prize is the winner-take-all state of Arizona. Monday, frontrunner Donald Trump focused on foreign policy in Washington, where he suggested the U.S. should rethink its involvement in NATO, an idea he repeated on CNN last night.
We're paying disproportionately. It's too much, and frankly, it's a different world than it was when we originally conceived of the idea and everybody got together.
Rivals Ted Cruz and John Kasich quickly responded.
This is a dangerous world. If America withdraws, we get the kind of chaos that Obama Clinton has produced.
As a leader of this country, you want to be very careful, and I wouldn't say that now.
While in Washington, Trump tried rallying support from party leaders. He also spoke before AIPAC.
When I become president, the days of treating Israel like a second-class citizen will end.
Democratic frontrunner Hillary Clinton used her speech before the pro-Israel group to target Trump.
We need steady hands, not a president who says he's neutral on Monday, pro-Israel on Tuesday, and who knows what on Wednesday.
Bernie Sanders skipped the conference and campaigned in Utah, where he needs to pull off a win.
Israel must continue to exist as an independent, free state. But if we are going to have lasting peace, we have also got to work with the Palestinians.
More than 200 delegates are up for grabs today. Don Champion, CBS News.
Today's scheduled hearing over the FBI's demand that Apple help unlock an iPhone used by one of the people involved in the San Bernardino terror attacks has been postponed. In court papers submitted yesterday, the Department of Justice says an outside party has come forward and shown them a possible method to unlock the phone without Apple's help. The FBI wants the phone unlocked to learn whether it holds any information about the December massacre. Apple has since fought the FBI's demand, saying it would jeopardize the security of any iPhone.
Kentucky's Chief Justice says he is worried that proposed state budget cuts could have a bad effect on the state's judicial system. Justice John Minton told a Senate committee 9% cuts to the judicial system over 2 years would likely send 17,000 defendants back to county jails. He says there would be no officers to supervise them while they awaited trial. Minton also said the cuts would cost 600 jobs. He's urging senators to reject the proposed cuts. The Lexington Neighborhood Association is being sued over a child's playhouse and says the case has now been dismissed.
The Valavis family had a playhouse built for their son who has cerebral palsy years ago, but the Andover Forest Homeowners Association wanted it torn down, claiming it violated rules. The family claimed the playhouse was medically necessary for their son. Andover Forest later granted an accommodation for the family based on medical records. But the U.S. Department of Justice filed a lawsuit against the association claiming discrimination. Andover Forest's attorneys say that lawsuit was dismissed yesterday after investigators found some of the medical documents the family had submitted were not authentic.
All right, and Adair County voters will have a wet-dry election today, a countywide election there in Adair County. 5:41 is our time this morning, and let's check live drive traffic, see what is going on at the moment. As you see there, lots of green, no reports of any early problems this morning, and we hope it's a good ride in. Of course, UK is back to the books, and so yesterday we saw the students back around, and that, of course, the case over at EKU in Richmond as well. So back to normal traffic patterns on a spring morning. A lot more news coming up for you. 5:42 now on WKYT This Morning.
A UK research council is learning their lesson after asking the internet to help them name a new nautical vessel.
It's a bad idea when you ask the internet to do anything. Pleasant temperatures, gusty winds, that's going to be the case the next 48 hours. And then Thursday is when your system rolls through and you'll have some thunderstorms to deal with. I'll talk about that coming up next.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
Really neat look outside. If you look outside, just take a peek out the window and you find the moon. If you look just to the left of the moon, you actually find Jupiter early this morning. It's a pretty cool shot, live sky camera. There's your shot outside with the lights of Hamburg glowing off in the distance. We are just fine this morning. I know it's a little bit chilly in some spots. It's not as cold as it was yesterday morning, but still, no doubt about it. You go south anywhere from Monticello to Somerset, London, back to Jackson, work your way to Prestonsburg, southeast. That's where you're seeing a frost advisory and a freeze warning until 9 a.m. And those temperatures down south will have the coldest air located there. Now for us, we'll be above freezing, but nonetheless still in the 30s. But get into the afternoon and it ramps up very rapidly. We're talking 60s this afternoon. Could we throw out a 70-degree reading? It is possible, especially as we get toward tomorrow, but those winds really ramp up, and once they ramp up 20 to 40 miles per hour, they'll be gusty today and tomorrow. It's one of those days that, yeah, fixing your hair and making it perfect, it's probably not the best idea because it's going to be ruined right as you step out the door as you head into the afternoon especially. Those gusty winds pumping those temperatures 62 to 70 degrees not only today but for tomorrow too. As you look around the region, there's more head at 70 degrees, upper 60s for most, but dry conditions prevail. Now that takes you off into Thursday. Thursday's a different story. Watch this on Thursday. There's 7 a.m. And if this comes through, if this is a true forecast by this particular model, this is good news for us. Because we do want the rain early on in the day as opposed to later on in the day. The later it comes in the day, the better likelihood, and I'll show you the difference, better likelihood of actually getting that energy in there and also a little bit of sunshine. Look at the difference from when you see the rain early on in the morning, where we're in the 50s, a couple of 60s, across much of our viewing area where we had the rain. where you're not, there's noontime. Look at 68 Prestonsburg, 67 Jackson. It even reaches 72 degrees, 73 degrees in Prestonsburg. And then look what happens. Yeah, things really fire up as we get into the afternoon, off into the evening hours for east-southeast. So as long as that rain comes in early on, that'll help us out. If it comes in later in the day, which I'm leaning more toward later in the day, that's where we could see the possibility of maybe a couple of storms becoming severe. So that's something to watch out for there on Thursday. Thursday is the day to watch. Remember, this isn't a very potent system, but it's just enough that could give us that small risk of some severe thunderstorms. After that, guys, Friday, Saturday look pretty good. Saturday especially, it will feel fantastic, mid-60s. But then Sunday off into Monday, here comes some more rain into the forecast. But really the only blemish we have there during the work week is on Thursday. Other than that, the next 48 hours look fantastic. They'll feel good too.
Learned so much from you, Micah.
Yeah.
Why I'm having a bad hair day, now it makes
there
sense.
You go.
Yeah.
There
I
you
can
go.
see Jupiter.
And with the clear skies this morning, you can see
yeah.
Jupiter.
It's
It
really
really,
neat.
it really is pretty
Really
out
neat
there.
outside.
Just before we get to local daybreak around
you
here.
go.
Time this morning is 5:48.
Yeah, this is why we can't have nice things. The UK's National Environment Research Council, or NERC, is asking the public for name suggestions.
And if the internet gets its way, it will be called Bodie McBoatface.
I was waiting for you to say
Yeah,
that.
the council is learning the hard way that when you ask the internet for something serious, most likely you will get something snarky in return. McBoatface is the current front runner for the $288 million research vessel. Other suggestions include the RRS, it's bloody cold here, and Usain Bolt after the Olympic runner. The Research Council has smartly specified the names are suggestions only at this time. So, you know, they reserve the final judgment for themselves.
Bodie McBoatface, that's not too bad.
See where it all goes, right? Good to have you along on WKYT this morning, and we have a lot going on certainly around the world and here locally this morning.
Yeah, making news at this hour, we'll have more.
And we'll also have a traffic update for you. We'll have some health news and a whole lot more on WKYT this morning. Hope you can stay with us a little while. Good morning. Welcome back to WKYT this morning. Our time is 5:53, and as so often the case when you come in the morning, you know, the world has changed with something going on. So if you're just waking up this morning, there has been now what the Associated Press is now saying authorities are referring to explosions in Brussels as terror attacks. At least 13 people confirmed dead after multiple explosions in Brussels, Belgium this morning.
We've just recently learned the explosions are being considered terrorist attacks, like Bill said, and authorities have officially placed the city under lockdown until further notice.
An ongoing story this morning. Will stay on top of it.
Lexington police are currently searching for a suspect involved in a gas station robbery this morning. Right now, they have several streets off Georgetown Road blocked as they look for that suspect. President Obama addresses the Cuban people and sits down with descendants on the third and final day of his historic visit to the island nation.
On Monday, the president met with Cuban leader Raul Castro and pressed him to improve human rights. Later today, President Obama will attend a baseball game between Cuba's national team and the Tampa Bay Rays.
And Minnesota doctors are warning that truck drivers who don't treat their sleep apnea can be a hazard on the highway. Researchers looked at more than 1,600 truck drivers with obstructive sleep apnea and found the risk of a crash was much more likely among drivers who did not use their CPAP machines, rather. Sleep apnea can lead to daytime sleepiness and drowsy driving. So let's get a check this hour on today's traffic trouble spots with live drive traffic. Everything out there looking good this morning. A lot of green for you. Looks like an easy morning commute so far this morning. Now time to check with what's making news online this morning. Bill joins us now with what's happening on the net.
As we approach 5:55 on WKYT.com, we are keeping you updated after these deadly explosions ripped through the Brussels airport this morning as passengers were waiting for flights. As CBS This Morning will have all the latest details at 7, but we're keeping you updated online as well. And within the last few minutes, now local authorities are considering it to be a terrorist attack. We have a list of the Lexington schools involved in the radon reduction effort approved last night by the Fayette County Board of Education. It will cost more than $500,000 of taxpayers' money to deal with that. Also trending, brides waiting for their wedding videos from a Lexington photographer. They've had difficulty even contacting anybody about the recordings of their big day. The Better Business Bureau tells WKYT they have given the business an F rating for now. Check out our story. The Kentucky women headed for the NCAA Sweet 16. They defeated Oklahoma last night after pulling away late. They won it 79-58. And our web story tells about Michaela Epps getting injured and working behind the scenes with a team doctor to get back on the court and deliver by the end of the game. Kentucky.com reports on the state Supreme Court justice saying the courts may have to fire 600 people if proposed state budget cuts go through. And CBS This Morning is on the way at 7 with your eye opener and the latest on the attacks in Brussels. Plus, we'll have local updates. Join us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter or Instagram, and for the latest, WKYT.com.
Everything looks good on Defender Radar Network. Good clean sweep. Nothing going on early this morning. And no fog issues either. Frankfurt at 34 degrees. Corbin coming in at 37. That goes for Jackson and Lexington. Out and about, we're going to be seeing those temperatures a little bit cooler and down toward the south and southeast as opposed to around here in the bluegrass, northbound and westbound. So just keep in mind, this morning is that winter feel. This afternoon is the spring feel. We're talking about 66 degrees, very breezy conditions, anywhere from 20 to 40 miles per hour as we go through your day. And we're jumping at 32 degrees. If my forecast actually verifies, that 32-degree swing is very rare this time of year, but those winds will really crank up. We're going to talk about that, along with tomorrow is going to be the same story, but Thursday, possible severe weather threat. I'll have that coming up with another hour of WKYT News in just a couple of minutes.